Welcome to our Humans of Oseredok interview. Today we're interviewing Katharine Yurkiw, and yeah, she's one of our board members, and we'll be interviewing her today. So, first off, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I can definitely tell you a bit about myself. I recently joined the board of directors as the secretary for Oseredok, and I've lived in Winnipeg for the last 8 years. And I'm really looking forward to working together with everyone at Oseredok and the community at large to improve the overall involvement for the whole city of Winnipeg.
Perfect. Thank you. So, why did you want to be a part of Oseredok?
I wanted to be a part of Oseredok. I was looking for a volunteer opportunity on a board of directors for quite a while, and this just seemed like the right fit. I was perusing the website, and they happened to be open for nominations, and I sent my application in, and here I am. I am just really passionate about bringing my experience and expertise to Oseredok just for the betterment of the community and for Ukrainian people, and also bringing awareness to the Ukrainian culture at large.
How did you first hear about Oseredok?
I first heard about Oseredok when I was I think a friend of mine had stopped by there and had told me about them. I was interested, and I came by, and I was very surprised to see everything that they had to offer. So I had a nice tours through the upstairs and all through the boutique, and I was very impressed at the building and everything that it had to offer.
So, relating to that, what's your favorite event or what's your favorite part of Oseredok?
My favorite part of Oserodok is likely just the feeling of community actually that I get when I walk in there. And when I walk into the boutique, it was just a very welcoming environment. That is what I really liked about it. Prior to even being a board member, I just found that everybody was always so friendly and so kind, and always willing to help or answer a question.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely relate to that myself when I first walked into Oseredok. That was
Absolutely.
definitely, yeah, what really I appreciate about it is the sense of community that's there. What do you like best about being a part of Oseredok and being a board member and that sort of thing?
I guess for myself, it is a real connection to um, myself as an individual, and how a lot of influence on how I grew up, and making that connection. And there are many years where I really wasn't very connected with my heritage and my culture, and I really found that joining the board over the last few months that I've been part of the organization has really brought me a sense of defining who I am, and who I am as a person and myself, and being able to hear some of the language spoken is very was very familiar for me. So I guess for myself, it's just really that connection to who I am, and that there are others, with the same heritage, same background, and can basically identify with things that I think or that I talk about. It's a really nice feeling.
Yeah, that's exactly it, isn't it? Just having,
Hmm.
going back to that idea of community and having people you can relate with.
Hmm.
So, why do you continue to commit your time and energy to Oseredok?
Well, I really believe in what I'm doing. I'm a very passionate person. When I commit to something, I'm usually have a very valid reason and a very strong sense of this is what I want to do. This is what I want to commit my time to because I really believe in um, keeping our heritage, our culture, our language um, alive. And as I said, sharing it with others and just bringing awareness to it at a really big at a higher level.
For sure. So, in relation to that and why you continue to commit your time, um, what unique skills and traits do you bring to this organization?
Well, I was a former business owner. So I do bring, entrepreneurial skills to the table. I've actually managed to do quite a bit of fundraising, marketing, as I said, for my own business. But on the flip side, I've worked in the nonprofit industry for the last 14 years. So I do bring quite a bit of experience in the nonprofit sector on a management level, overseeing large numbers of teams, working on policies, advocating. So I feel that my span of skills is a real asset and can really help take the organization to another level of success.
For sure, and that's just it when it comes to working in a team is everyone brings their own unique skill set to the table and then we can work together to synergize what we do.
Exactly.
So, what is one thing you would do to change or to make Oseredok a better place?
Well, I think that every place, no matter where you are, um, there's always improvements to be made. Now, whether it would be basically just increasing um, that membership experience, and I think just bringing further awareness to the organization as a whole. Awareness of the activities going on, awareness that there's actually more going on in this organization than people may realize. So I think that for me, just sort of that awareness piece is very, very important.
Yes, I agree. It's all about getting the word out there. And I know we've been really involved with social media and other kind of technology oriented digital forms of communication and awareness recently. So, what do you think is the power of Ukrainians?
What is the power of Ukrainians? That is a good question. I would really reach back to what I remember um, growing up and the examples that I had in my life of my babas and gittos, my aunts and uncles, my parents being very hard workers, very resilient individuals, very giving, and just those traits I feel are just very strong characteristics and definitely lend themselves to really identify sort of that power behind the people.
Yeah. So, what have you learned during your time here?
I learned that there's always something to learn, and not stepping into a situation being being a know-it-all, just being a learn-it-all. And as I said, there's always something to learn. I'm a lifelong learner. I don't approach things with just one sort of set mindset. I'm very, very open to listen to different attitudes, different thoughts. So I guess for myself, that's one thing that I have learned for sure. And as I recently took on the role of being secretary, sort of finding my feet and just sort of rolling with it, and again just learning as I go, and taking in all of the kind of all the experience of the entire board as well.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something I think I can relate to, and I can relate to as students ourselves, is it's not just school where you learn things, it's from the different experiences you have and the different people you work
Hmm.
with, for sure. So, just one last question I had is, what do you think the importance of a place like Oseredok is to the community and to the larger population in general?
Well, I really think that now, especially with the war in Ukraine being so front and center, I really think that having this organization, even though it's very far removed from what from the actual the war itself, I think that preserving this piece here is going to be very relevant, because we really don't know what the outcome will be with that war in Ukraine. We're looking at the potential of a cultural genocide over there, and we really need to ensure that places like Oseredok still exist to tell a story.
Yes, I definitely agree. And I think a big thing about this event in our history specifically is that it's at a time where technology allows for information to be disseminated very quickly. So it's not just about necessarily what's happening on the front lines, but also the story that we tell even far away, because we have the power of technology to communicate as well.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%.
And that's why I think it's so important as well well, for me personally, what Oseredok is doing, because it's something that can be seen on social media, that there is a cultural organization that's still alive and active.